Hello everyone. Today we are here to do the video reflection and myself Kasturi, Paranjothi. My group members are SYARMHINI, YATHIPAN and NEEMESHA, Ramdev. The next slides please. So our table of content basically consists of introduction and context, recollection and observation, critical analysis, strength and weakness, impact and adaptation, goal setting and action plan, and finally conclusion and takeaway. The next slide. So here we will be reflecting on our recent micro-teaching session for the topic writing a complaint letter on HAZE, which integrates both reading and writing skills. So the purpose of our reflection is to evaluate our teaching performance and identify what went well and what we need to improve and how we can grow as a teacher to move forward. So our lesson team was health and environment, and we focus on helping students identify main ideas and key details from the ACE leaflet, complete a comprehension task, and finally we write a short complaint letter. So we use variety of tools such as Canva, Teams, Mentimeter, FigJam, and also Google Form to support the engagement and also the learning. The next slides please. So during this micro-teaching session, we begin with the real HAZE news headline, which has set induction to activate students' schema, and this helps them to immediately connect with the topic using their prior knowledge. And in the presentation stage, we guided the student through skimming and scanning technique using the API leaflet, and they were able to identify main ideas and also important details. The next, students attempted the Google Form comprehension questions and most of them managed to achieve above 90% of accuracy. We then move into the production stage on FigJam, where students wrote a short complaint letter using the structures provided. And finally, the lesson ended with the Mentimeter reflection activity. So now I would like to hand over the session to the next member to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Kasturi. Hi, I'm Sharmini. Now, for this part, I will briefly analyze whether our learning objective were achieved during the micro-teaching lesson we have conducted. So, our first objective was student will be able to identify the main idea and one key detail from the HAZE leaflet using skimming and scanning skills. So, we actually achieved this objective because during the presentation stage, students were able to correctly respond when we asked some questions based on the leaflet. So for the next learning objective, students will be able to complete with comprehension tasks with minimum 80% accuracy. This objective was also achieved based on our Google Form results. The majority of students scored above 12 out of 15, which means they could apply skimming skills and scanning skills effectively to answer true, false, and multiple choice questions. Number three, this final objective was also achieved through the FigJam collaborative writing activity. All those 5 students who joined the micro-teaching session were able to produce a short complaint letter. Next slide. All right, for this slide, we reflected on the strengths and weaknesses we observed during on our micro-teaching session. So for the strength, number one, smooth transition between activities with clear instruction. During the lesson, we were able to transition from set induction to presentation stage and then to Google Form activity smoothly. For example, right after explaining skimming and scanning, we clearly told the students that they will have a short comprehension task. Next, number two, clear organization of lesson stages. So here we first begin with new straight time haze headline, then move into teaching the API leaflet, then practice questions, then finally the complaint letter writing. Number three, use of digital tools increase student engagement. We used tools like Google Forms, FigJams, and Mentimeter, which made the students to respond quickly during the quiz and also during the FigJam. Next, for the weakness, number one, time management during the production stage. We realized that our FigJam activity took longer than we expected. Some students didn't have enough time to fully refine their complaint letter. Number two, instruction for task can be shortened. So here during the Google Form activity explanation, we repeated a few instructions unnecessarily. So here we think that we could make the instruction shorter to make transitions faster. And number three, reduce filler words. While teaching the leaflet, we noticed that we use filler words like so, okay, like, you know, filler words like this quite often. So reducing these will make our delivery more professional.
Hi, I'm Nimisha. Impact and adaptation. I believe our teaching approach had a positive impact on students as they actively participated in the micro teaching session. Students showed improved comprehension using the leaflet due to clear visuals and real life context. Students can also distinguish the main ideas from the leaflet with the help of bold words and colored columns. Different learning styles were also supported through visual aids, verbal explanation, and hands on writing tasks. Additionally, to increase students' participation and motivation, we incorporated interactive tools such as Google Forms, FigJams, and Mentimeter. As a part of adapting our micro teaching session, we adjusted our explanations when students hesitated to respond. For example, we either slowed down our instruction or even rephrase our sentences to help students better understand what we are trying to convey. Not only that, before the letter writing task, the teacher provided additional example and prompts to support students. Goal setting and action plan. In the future, we will ensure our classroom activities are more student centered. I want to play the role of a facilitator where students learn to take responsibility for their own learning. As there were only 5 students in our micro teaching sessions, we did not plan any collaborative group activities for them this time. So, in the future, we will encourage our students to collaborate and participate in task based language teaching, as it will improve their communication skills, social skills, and critical thinking skills all together. Furthermore, I will also be ready to seek mentorships from experienced teachers to enhance our teaching practices. For instance, when I go for practicum, I intend to learn classroom management techniques from senior teachers. I will also attend workshops for teachers related to TESOL to gain new inputs about the digital tools in language teaching. Lastly, conclusion and takeaways. To conclude, this micro teaching session has helped us to improve our understanding on the teaching strategies for both reading and writing skills. It has enabled us to identify our strengths and areas to improve so that we can be a better educator and a facilitator. Even though we had some areas to improve, we are glad and grateful that our students were engaged throughout the micro teaching session. This has only motivated us to refine our teaching practices for future lessons. We are really grateful for this opportunity to reflect on our micro teaching. Thank you.